Do you actually think you're their owner? Or at least a friend from a different species? Most people do. But here's the thing. Your cat has never once looked at you and seen a human. The truth about what they see instead changes everything about your bond. Because you don't know who you really are to them, you're missing the deep survival messages they've sent for years. Stay with me. Because if they suddenly stop sleeping beside you, you need to know exactly what that means. 1, you are just a really big, really clumsy cat. Have you ever wondered why your cat treats you nothing like a dog treats its owner? There's no desperate need to please you, no frantic excitement at the door. Most people look at that and think cats are cold or kion-gao. But actually, that's not coldness, it's respect. According to animal behaviorist John Bradshaw, who spent years studying how cats interact with us, cats have never developed a separate social behavior for humans. Dogs did. Dogs evolved specifically to serve and follow us. But cats, they didn't. When your cat approaches you, rubs against your leg, or grooms your hand, they are using the exact same behavior they would use with another cat. In their mind, you are not their owner, you are not their master, you are just a really big, really clumsy cat who somehow ended up in their colony. Think about that for a second. Whether you're living in a high-rise apartment in New York or a quiet house in the suburbs, your cat doesn't see a boss. They see a fellow feline, one that is 15 times their size, doesn't know how to hunt, and frankly is pretty bad at grooming themselves. And honestly, that is the biggest compliment they could ever give you. It means they see you as an equal, not something separate or above them. You are a member of their tribe, but because they see you as one of their own, they also feel a certain responsibility for you. They see you struggling to survive in this human world, and they've decided to step in. Which leads to that one behavior that almost every owner completely misinterprets. Those gifts they leave on your carpet. You might think they're gross, but to your cat, they're a life-saving lesson. 2, they bring you dead things to teach you. Picture this, you're sitting at the kitchen table, enjoying your morning coffee, when your cat walks in with a dead mouse, or maybe just a soggy stuffed toy, and drops it right at your feet. Most people laugh it off or get grossed out. But what if that moment is actually one of the most selfless things your cat ever does for you? Because here's what's really happening. In the wild, mother cats bring back prey to their kittens. They aren't doing it to show off. They're doing it to teach the kittens how to survive. And when your cat does the same thing with you, they are running that exact same ancient instinct, except in this scenario, you are the one they're trying to raise. Think about it from their perspective. They watch you every single day. You never chase anything. You never hunt. You just open a loud, cold box and pull food out of it. In their eyes, you are a kitten with 0 survival skills. You are essentially helpless. And instead of giving up on you, they decide to step in. They're saying, look, I know you're big and clumsy, but you need to learn how to do this if you want to make it in this colony. It's an incredible act of devotion. They see a gap in your education, and they're trying to fill it because they care about your future. So the next time they drop a toy at your feet and meow expectantly, don't just brush it off. They've chosen you to be their student. But as deep as that educational bond goes, it's nothing compared to the vulnerability they show when the lights go out. Because that same cat who thinks you can't hunt is also the one who watches over you while you're most defenseless. But that care goes even deeper than you realize. ever wonder why they stare at you so intensely while you sleep? We're going to dive into that secret ritual next. 3. You are their mobile, safe zone. Have you ever walked into a room and watched your cat go from alert and tense to completely melted in seconds? Their ears go soft, their eyes half close, and they just breathe. You probably thought they were just tired. But what if you are the actual reason that shift happens? In 2019, researchers at Oregon State University conducted a landmark study on animal cognition that changed everything we thought we knew about feline devotion. They placed cats in a completely unfamiliar room with their owner, then removed the owner for 2 minutes before bringing them back. What they found shocked the scientific community. Over 64% of the cats showed what psychologists call a secure attachment style. When the owner returned, the cat's stress levels plummeted. They relaxed, explored the room, and went back to being calm. But without their owner, they were stressed, vocal, and withdrawn. If this sounds familiar, it's because this is the exact same emotional response human babies show with their mothers. It's the same bond, the same deep emotional wiring. Here's the thing most people don't realize. When you are in the room, your cat's nervous system literally switches from survival mode to relaxation mode. You aren't just the person who opens the cans. You are the presence that tells their brain the world is safe. In their eyes, you are a walking, breathing sanctuary. Think about the scale of that trust. In a world as loud, fast, and unpredictable as ours, your cat sees you as the one constant. To them, you are the sturdiest wall in the house. You are the ultimate protector. And that leads to something even more incredible. The way they've actually changed their own biology just to talk to you. Because if they didn't think you were worth the effort, they would never have invented the sound we're going to talk about next. Actually, it's a sound they only use for one person in the entire world. 4. Their meow was invented just for you. Have you ever stopped to wonder why your cat meows at you so much? Here's something that might actually surprise you. Adult cats almost never meow at other cats. In the wild, it is just not part of how they communicate. They use scent glands, subtle body language, hissing, or growling. But meowing? That is reserved for one audience only. You. Kittens meow to get their mother's attention. It's a survival tool, a way to say, I'm hungry, I'm cold, I need you. As they grow up and leave their mother, most cats stop doing it entirely, except for one specific situation, when they live with humans. You see, your cat figured out very early on that you are remarkably bad at reading body language. You miss the slow blinks. You ignore the slight flick of a tail. You're basically deaf to every silent signal they try to send. In their eyes, you are a giant, clumsy companion who just doesn't get it. So they adapted. They chose to regress and brought back the one sound they used as a baby, shaping it specifically to get through to you. And here's the most beautiful part. Your cat's meow isn't generic. Over the years, you and your cat have developed a secret vocabulary, a dictionary of sounds that only the two of you understand. The meow for open the door sounds nothing like the meow for I want that specific treat. They built an entire language from scratch because they decided you were worth the effort. That is not just noise. That is evolution bending in your direction out of pure devotion. But as loud as their meow can be, there is a certain silent gesture that is even more revealing. It happens in a split second when you leave your chair. Because while meowing is a choice to speak, what they do when you're gone is a choice to be near your soul. But what does it mean when they suddenly take your seat? We're diving into that next. So what does this all come down to? Your cat doesn't look at you with human logic. They see you with their heart. To them, you aren't a master or an owner. You are that giant, clumsy cat, their protector, and their ultimate safe zone. Never take their presence for granted, because while they are only a part of your world, to them, you are their entire world. You are home. If you're lucky enough to be the safe haven for a four-legged soul, smash that like button. It helps us reach more people who truly care about understanding their cats on a deeper level.